The average new car in 2026 costs $49,000. Monthly payment, $700 to $38. Loan term, 72 months. And the turbocharged direct injection engine inside it will need its first carbon cleaning, costing $400 to $800 at 40,000 miles, a cost the manufacturer knew about and classified as not a defect, so the warranty would not cover it. Meanwhile, a quiet market is exploding. Vehicles from before 2015, the last generation before turbocharging, direct injection, and cylinder deactivation became standard, are being snapped up by mechanics, fleet managers, and buyers who understand one thing: the newest car on the lot is often the most expensive car you will ever own. Today we are showing you why the smart money is going backward and which engines to target. In 2012, corporate average fuel economy standards required automakers to reach a fleet average of 54.5 miles per gallon by 2025, the most aggressive fuel economy mandate in American history. To hit that target without shrinking the trucks and sport utility vehicles that generate profit, manufacturers adopted 3 technologies across virtually every model line between 2014 and 2018. First, turbocharging, to extract more power from smaller engines. Second, direct injection, to improve Environmental Protection Agency test cycle numbers. Third, cylinder deactivation, to cut fuel use during cruising. Each of these introduced a documented failure that did not exist before. Turbo heat soak can kill the turbo bearing in years 5 to 7, costing $1,500 to $3,000. Direct injection causes carbon buildup that chokes the intake valves at 40,000 miles. The remedy, walnut blasting, costs $400 to $800 and it tends to recur every 30,000 miles. General Motors cylinder deactivation can collapse lifters at 80,000 miles, costing $3,000 to $5,000. None of these are covered under warranty. Carbon buildup is classified as maintenance. Turbo failure is deemed normal wear. Lifter collapse is attributed to oil change intervals. The legal team wrote the exclusions around the failure modes the engineering team had documented before production. Vehicles built before 2015 used naturally aspirated, port-injected engines with no cylinder deactivation, one air system, one fuel path washing the valves clean, no variable displacement stressing the valve train. They were designed to run 200,000 to 300,000 miles on basic maintenance. These are not old cars, they are the last cars built on proven architecture. Toyota 2.5-liter 2AR FE, Camry RAV4, Highlander, naturally aspirated and port-injected, designed for taxi fleets, hitting 200,000 miles in 3 to 5 years. No turbo, no direct injection, no cylinder deactivation. Does nothing impressive on paper, everything impressive in practice. Honda K24, the reliable power plant in Accord, CR-V, and Element. It is port-injected and uses a timing chain, an architecture so durable that rebuilt K24 engines are the choice for amateur racing. CR-V models made before 2015 are being sought by mechanics who want a vehicle they never have to think about. Ford 3.5-liter Duratec, naturally aspirated. From 2011 to 2014, it was available in the F-150 non-EcoBoost, the Edge, and the Explorer. It was the last naturally aspirated V6 that Ford made before switching to turbocharged EcoBoost. It can reach 200,000 plus miles without carbon cleaning or turbo failure. After 2015, Ford discontinued the option. GM 5.3-liter Vortec, built before 2019 and used in Silverado and Sierra trucks, routinely reached 250,000 miles on oil changes. Models from 2019 onward, with active fuel management, have documented lifter collapse at 80,000 miles. It is the same engine, and the only variable is the deactivation system. Chrysler 5.7-liter Hemi, Pre-MDS, found in the Ram, the Charger, and the Grand Cherokee. These engines routinely reach 300,000 miles in fleet service. They are not efficient, but they start every morning for 20 years. Every engine is naturally aspirated, port-injected, with no cylinder deactivation. New car, $49,000, with 6.5% annual percentage rate over 72 months. Total paid is $59,000. Depreciation, years 1 through 5, $20,000 to $25,000 lost. Insurance, $2,000 to $3,000 per year. Add carbon cleaning, turbo service, and possible lifter repair. 10-year cost of ownership, $75,000 to $90,000. PRE 2015, a 2013 Toyota Camry with 80,000 miles, $12,000 to $15,000 cash, no loan interest. Insurance drops to $1,000 to $1,500 without a lien. Depreciation, $3,000 to $5,000 over the next 5 years because the vehicle is already on the flat curve. Maintenance over 10 years. Oil, brakes, tires, 1 water pump, $3,000 to $5,000 total. No carbon cleaning, no turbo service, no lifter repair. 10-year cost, $25,000 to $35,000. The gap, $45,000 to $60,000. In an index fund for 20 years, that becomes $150,000 to $250,000 at retirement. One vehicle decision, $250,000. Fleet managers, the buyers who choose vehicles purely on total cost of ownership with zero emotion, are extending fleet cycles and purchasing pre-owned, naturally aspirated vehicles instead of cycling into new turbocharged models. When the people whose job is minimizing vehicle cost are avoiding new cars, the consumer should pay attention. Pre-purchase inspection. Hire an independent mechanic from $100 to $200. Have them check compression, look for leaks, inspect suspension and brakes, and run a diagnostic scan. Think of it as the automotive version of a pre-drywall inspection. $150 can avoid a $5,000 surprise. Service history. Check Carfax and cross-reference it with receipts. Consistent oil changes for 100,000 miles are the strongest predictor. No service records and a detailed engine bay can indicate hidden neglect. Prioritize documented maintenance. Rust inspection. In the Northeast, the Midwest, and other road salt regions, inspect the car on a lift. Check frame rails, the subframe, brake lines, and fuel lines. Penetrating rust on structure is a safety failure. A southern or western car with low rust is worth shipping. Timing components. Belt engines need replacement from 60,000 to 105,000 miles. A missed timing belt on an interference engine destroys the valve train, costing from $2,000 to $4,000. Verify timing components or negotiate accordingly. Chain engines, such as Toyota, Honda K24, Ford Duratec, and GM 5.3, generally do not have this concern. Owner profile. A private party sale, an original owner, and receipts give the highest confidence purchase. Auction vehicles have unknown histories. Check the injection. Port injection washes the valves clean. No carbon. Direct injection builds carbon at 40,000 miles, recurring for life. Some newer Toyota and Mazda engines use dual injection to mitigate. Direct only is a maintenance subscription. Check the induction. Naturally aspirated, no turbo, no heat soak, no $3,000 bearing failure. Turbo means higher cost in practice, regardless of the paper specs. Skip the deactivation. AFM, DFM, VCM, and MDS are all documented pattern failures. GM lifters fail at 80,000 miles. Honda VCM and Chrysler MDS show the same pattern. Fuel savings over the vehicle's life do not cover one repair. Pre-2015 vehicles meeting all three are in the sweet spot, depreciated, with modern safety, and maintainable anywhere. This window will not last. As the market recognizes the reliability gap, clean, naturally aspirated vehicles will rise in price. Here's the rule. Port injected, naturally aspirated, no cylinder deactivation. That is a 200,000-mile vehicle. Everything else is a subscription to the service department. The dealership wants you distracted by the touch screen and the 0 to 60. They are counting on you not asking what happens at 40,000 miles or year 5. The manufacturer documented every failure and built the warranty to exclude every one. A 2013 Camry costs $12,000 and runs 200,000 miles on oil changes. A 2026, anything costs $49,000 and requires $5,000 in interventions, the window sticker never mentioned. Port injected, naturally aspirated, no cylinder deactivation. That is a 200,000 mile vehicle. Everything else is a subscription to the service department. Next time on Quality Rot, the extended warranty scam, the exclusion architecture, the claim denial playbook, and the one sentence that voids your coverage the day you need it. Subscribe so you do not miss it.